It's Saturday, November 28th, and you're watching The Great Lost Rewatch. Today we're talking about Lockdown. A Locke-centric episode, obviously, because Locke is in the title. In his flashback, things are going really great with Helen, and then Helen is reading the obituaries, and it says that Anthony Cooper has died. Then Locke is working, he's a home inspector. In fact, he's home inspecting for Nadia, and he sees the car that he saw at his dad's funeral, and the window rolls down, it is Anthony Cooper. And he wants Locke to help him get $700,000 that he ripped off from these guys. Locke agrees to help him, and when he's delivering the money, Helen catches him, and she says that he's made his choice, he's chosen his father over her, and Locke tries to propose to make up for it. Bad idea. Just, that's not gonna work at all. On the island, Saeed, Charlie, and Ana Lucia are still looking for Henry's balloon, and they see the grave that Henry supposedly dug for his wife, and Anna notices it's not raining where they're standing, and they look up, and there is the balloon with the smiley face, leading us to believe that Henry's facts are all in line, so he is who he says he is. Not. Back at the Swan Station, we pick up where the last episode left off with Henry kind of saying that creepy, good thing I'm not one of them, or I would abduct your people and trade them, and Jack, flips out saying, you will draw me a map. Henry says, oh, JK, I didn't mean it. Jack orders Locke to put Henry back into the armory, and when Jack leaves, Henry's like, why are you taking orders from Jack? Playing Locke like a violin. And apparently, to vent out his frustration, Locke starts riding on the bicycle. I don't know if that scene was meant to be kind of humorous, but I always found it kind of funny that he was kind of hovering over the bicycle with this kind of happy music, and he was angrily pedaling. Then all of a sudden there's this weird kind of static going on in the speakers, and Henry shouting, what's going on? And Locke is like, shut up. Through the speakers you can hear some kind of countdown taking place, and then all of a sudden the blast doors come down, and they are in the middle of a lockdown, hence the title of the episode. But before the door does come down, Locke manages to slide some kind of tool, I can't remember what it is, under the door so they can try and pry it open later. Locke realizes that he can't pry the door open alone, and he asks Henry to help him, and Henry says, I will, but I gotta have your word that no matter what happens, you have my back. Locke ultimately agrees, and they manage to slide some of the gym equipment down and pry the door open and put the toolbox underneath.
John, wait, don't you think
Ouch. I don't know about you, but I always have phantom pains when I watch that scene. My leg always hurts. Meanwhile, on the beach, Sawyer's playing poker with people, and Jack sees this as a great opportunity to get the medicine back from him, so they play.
What's going on? Jack and Sawyer are finally going to beat each other up.
No, actually, that comes in the season 5 finale. Back at the Swan, Locke is still stuck under the door, and he's worried about the button going off, and he tells Henry, you have to climb up the air ducts and go around and push the button. And I remember watching this episode for the first time and seeing that creepy shot of Henry, sticking his head into the air duct, and that it just, oh. Henry's in the air ducts. We actually don't see or know what he's doing exactly, and Locke is really freaking out because the button countdown is getting closer and closer to 0, and all of a sudden, the lights go off and these black lights turn on. Studying you yet. Thank goodness that this show is on in the age of the internet and screen caps, because I would have gone insane. Meanwhile, Jack is walking back towards the Swan Station, and he and Kay have a cute little moment after being kind of separated and strange for the past couple of episodes, and they see a flashing light in the jungle, and they go to it, and they see there's been a food drop, and there's all this food from the Dharma Initiative. They've never learned exactly who or what made the food drop, and at Comic-Con, I think the producers confirmed that we would learn that, and it's not a coincidence that the food would drop and then there would be a lockdown. So obviously, for some reason, the people in the Swan Station are not meant to know who or what brings the food. While examining the food, Charlie, Saeed, and Anna come back from their investigation of the balloon, and they all go down to the Swan Station, where Henry and Locke are just sitting on the couch kind of bonding. You can see that everyone coming down is really tense around Henry all of a sudden, and that is because
a man named Henry Gale.
Boom, cut to Lost. What a great ending to an episode. Not super shocking for me, because I knew the whole time that he was not Henry Gale, but still a great kind of reveal. And that's where we're going to leave it today, learning that the real Henry Gale is 6 feet underground. Liz, you're talking about Dave tomorrow, so I'll see you then.
we're gonna need to watch that again.
Creepy shot of not Ben Henry,